What if? What if there were no snow? What if? What if there were no winter? What if? What if? What if there were no you? Or you, or you? We have a lot of what ifs. And a lot of times we don't know what the answer to that is, but I have one what if where we actually know the answer. It started with people saying, what if there were no mosquitoes? And it ended with cats parachuting into Borneo. So, this is a true story. So many, many years ago, mosquitoes were buzzing around this village and bothering people, and the people were not happy about that. So some scientists said we should kill the mosquitoes and get rid of them. And they did. But in getting rid of the mosquitoes, they got rid of someone else. They got rid of a little tiny insect that ate caterpillars. Not just any caterpillar, but they ate the caterpillars that chewed on the thatch, the grass that covered the roofs of the houses of the people in the village of Borneo. And so the caterpillars didn't have anything to eat them, so they ate all of the grass and the roofs collapsed. Well, it didn't end there. There was sunlight coming in and rain coming into the roofs, but the problem is not only were the mosquitoes gone and the little tiny buzzy insects gone, but other insects died. And these lizards were going around the village and seeing like all these bugs on the ground. It was like, hey, take out. And so they ate them all up and they were happy, but they didn't realize that the spray that killed the bugs was not good for the lizards. So the lizards got sick. And you know what happened, right? Yeah, dead lizard, or dead lizard. And then after the lizards died, what they realized was that the cats of the village actually ate lizards. That was part of their diet. And so the cats were eating lizards that were sick. And then you know what happens to the cats when they eat the sick lizards, right? You know where we're going with this. What happens to the cats? Yeah. And so with no lizards or no cats in the village, all of these rats took over. Now, it's very, very hard to kill a rat. Anybody who's lived in New York City can tell you that. Very hard to kill a rat. So the rats were taking over the village, and they're like crawling in through the open roofs, and they're going into people's houses, and it's just not a good situation, and the people are very upset. So they went to the scientist who sprayed for the mosquitoes and said, look what you've done. Fix it. And so the scientists thought about it, and they thought, well, what we really need is more cats. But there's no way to drive cats in over the mountains and through the deep forest to get to this particular village. So they called up the Air Force, and they said, we need 20 little tiny parachutes, and we need 20 cats. I think maybe they called somebody else for the cats. So they called somebody, they got the cats, they put the cats in the parachute, they put the cats in the airplane, they flew over the village, and they dropped the cats with their parachutes, so they landed safely. Either that or they're still in a tree going TGIF, and dropped the cats parachuting into the village, which cost a lot of money. But you know the worst part? Do you know how embarrassed those cats were? So when we ask a question, what if? What if you weren't here, or you weren't here, or we weren't here? We don't want it to end up with roofs falling in and really embarrassed cats. Think about that. Think about even the smallest, most insignificant thing can make a huge difference in the world. And so if you think that you're not doing much or counting for much, just imagine what a difference you really do make.